heard Turkey Ali Sheik say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offer. And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's the
weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
I think Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence. So shows what I know. so I don't know. I think that's a lot of weight class jumping. We'll see. It's a good talking point. I don't know that would really happen. I mean, listen, we've seen some strange things in boxing. Don't get me wrong, especially in the recent years. So I don't say never. But I don't know how seriously that's going to be taken. But I think when you're at a level, when you come off a big win like Crawford just did, anything you say reverberates through the...
When it comes to a potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, opinions are heated. Many argue that Canelo has the upper hand in this matchup. As a four-time world champion and the undisputed super middleweight king, Canelo brings a powerful mix of strength, experience, and elite competition that could give Crawford serious trouble. While Crawford has shown his dominance at welterweight, moving up to face someone as physically strong and seasoned as Canelo at 168 pounds might be a huge challenge. Canelo's explosive power, relentless style, and wealth of experience in higher weight classes could prove too much for Crawford. Here's a closer look at why Alvarez might dominate this fight.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford. Against Madridov, people are going to say, oh, he had some hiccups. Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Madridov was a little difficult to eat, he's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is, but who's he beating? He unified the, what was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter.
The much-anticipated showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set for September 2025, coinciding with Mexican Independence Day weekend. Canelo will defend his WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles against Crawford, who is making a daring leap from welterweight to 168 pounds. Known for his versatility and skill, Crawford faces a tough challenge as he steps up to take on Canelo, the undisputed champion. This fight is shaping up to be one of the biggest boxing events of the year, with both fighters battling for dominance in the super middleweight division.
He went on the rant with Teddy Atlas.
What's that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez.
Boxeador mexicano.
Más popular,
pero sin causa. Sí.
Fucking crazy, that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
Canelo Alvarez's advantages over Terence Crawford go far beyond his incredible power. The Mexican champion has spent years perfecting his skills against some of the toughest opponents across various weight classes, from Gennady Golovkin to Sergey Kovalev. His ability to adjust to different fighting styles, paired with his rock-solid chin, makes him a formidable challenge for anyone, especially someone like Crawford, who is stepping up in weight.
He moved up and won, and Canelo moved up and lost.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Kobe. Then he moved up again and he lost to Bivol. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113, but it was just an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a resume, right? But there's a difference, to be real. I mean, Bivol is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all-time light heavyweight. It's a bit different. Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up. Okay, and Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154 for Terence Crawford. Let's just keep.
Canelo Alvarez's success at super middleweight highlights his dominance at 168 pounds. His physical strength, precise body shots, and ability to cut off the ring make it hard for smaller, faster fighters to execute their game plans. While Crawford's speed and technical skill are impressive, they might not be enough to overcome the size difference. Fighting at a weight where Canelo is naturally stronger could leave Crawford's punches lacking the power needed to keep Alvarez at a distance.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, the power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
When he fought Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned.
Canelo's extensive experience in high-stakes fights gives him a mental edge. He's used to the pressure of massive pay-per-view events and facing fighters with all kinds of styles, from slick boxers to power punchers. While Crawford is undefeated, he hasn't yet fought anyone with the mix of skills, power, and ring IQ that Canelo brings. Moving up 2 weight classes to challenge someone of Alvarez's caliber could expose weaknesses Crawford has never had to confront before. Crawford's dominance at welterweight is unquestionable, especially after his impressive win over Errol Spence Jr., which solidified his legacy at 147 pounds. However, stepping up to face a natural super middleweight like Canelo presents a whole new challenge. Alvarez has been in the ring with fighters who naturally possess more power and durability, and time and again, he's proven he excels in these tough situations. The difference in experience, size, and strength could be the key factors in this fight. Canelo's ability to wear down opponents with strategic aggression and punishing body shots could create serious problems for Crawford, who has never faced such a physically demanding challenge.
Crazy with Canelo. Oh, he's too big. He's a good night for Crawford. He's going to bed. All that stuff. Not so fast. Not so fast. Don't forget that the other guy is bringing something to the party too. And he's bringing the things that hopefully I just described to you guys in the best way I can. When it gets closer, we'll get more thorough with it. But right now, I think you know where I'm leaning. And I'll make it even clearer where I'm leaving. So there isn't a lot of suspense. I ain't going against Crawford. Okay? I do think he's that special guy. I think Canelo's special too, but I think Crawford's special in a little bit, even more so. Even more so. He hasn't learned how to lose yet. I think he does have those special ingredients that go beyond the physical genetics, the physical DNA. So that's it. Okay? Good. You don't like it? Too bad.
I think that was a fair breakdown. I mean, listen, those ingredients you're touching on with the smaller man are the same ingredients you saw in Usyk. Abilities and ways to find a way to win.
I'd like to know what the weight's at in this fight, but has that been figured out yet? Probably not, because that to me is a variable there.
Teddy Atlas weighs in on the challenge Canelo might face in trying to drop to 160 pounds, a weight that would be ideal for Crawford. Atlas points out that Canelo would likely be reluctant to go down to 160, especially at this stage in his career. Instead, he suggests the fight could happen at a catch weight, such as 164 pounds. However, Atlas believes Canelo would hesitate to agree to this due to his dominance in the 168 pounds weight class. The issue of weight is key to Atlas's argument, as it could impact both fighters' abilities to fully execute their strategies and strengths. Atlas also highlights Crawford's versatility, suggesting it could give him an edge over Canelo despite the size difference.
Hey, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, being joined here with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I got to get just right to it. Terence Crawford wanting to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. You as a trainer, what's your insight on that? And I don't know, would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo?
You got to remember, he's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6. If you add on 3, you know? 5, yeah, my math is different than yours, being that I've been in this business my whole life. So 6 is a lot. 6 weight classes. That's a lot. 3, you know, he had the skeleton for it. Does he have the skeleton to go up 6? I don't know that he does, but I know he's got this. I know he's got this. I know he's got the character, and I know he's got the mind. I know he has special gifts.
When looking at a potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, the most obvious factor is the weight difference. Canelo has been dominating at 168 pounds, facing opponents who are naturally bigger and stronger. Crawford, however, has spent most of his career at lightweight, junior welterweight, and welterweight. While Crawford is undeniably skilled and powerful for his size, moving up to challenge a seasoned super middleweight champion like Canelo would mean overcoming a significant physical disadvantage. This could severely limit Crawford's ability to stick to his usual game plan.
You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this in the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can be.
World champion Demetrius Andrade believes that while Crawford is an exceptional fighter, Canelo's size and experience in higher weight classes give him the advantage. Andrade predicts that Crawford could struggle with Canelo's power and agility. One of the biggest challenges for Crawford would be moving up 2 weight classes to face Canelo. Crawford's last jump was to 154 pounds, where he won a decision over Israel Madrimov. However, moving up to super middleweight means facing opponents who are much larger and stronger.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But
Canelo is renowned for his devastating power, particularly at 168 pounds, having stopped fighters like Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders with crushing body shots and precise power punches. Crawford, who has never fought above 147 pounds, may struggle to take the kind of damage Canelo delivers. Alvarez's relentless body attack could drain Crawford's energy and take away his speed advantage, making it difficult for him to execute his usual style.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Payday. I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experiment 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
My last thing, Canelo, you just donated $70 million to build. You donated $70 million to build a center for kids with special needs in Mexico. Tell me about why did you do that?
I always try to help people.
Why?
And I don't like to respond this kind of thing because I don't like to put myself like I help. I help from the bottom of my heart.
It was very nice. Enrique, Don Eduardo, las palabras de
Crawford is considered one of the most skilled fighters of this generation. His ability to switch stances effortlessly, his pinpoint accuracy, and his exceptional ring IQ have helped him dominate at every weight class he's competed in. His win over Errol Spence Jr. was a showcase of perfect timing, precision, and adaptability. However, stepping up to face Canelo presents challenges Crawford has never faced before.
But do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
You know, everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room.
Crawford's speed and timing are his biggest strengths, but going up against a larger and stronger opponent like Canelo could make him fight more cautiously. He's never faced someone who can apply such powerful pressure while also being defensively sound. The added weight could also slow him down, reducing the impact of his signature sharp counters.
Be 3 times, if you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo, 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Canelo is one of the sport's best body punchers, breaking down opponents by relentlessly targeting their midsection, leaving them more vulnerable as the fight goes on. Crawford, who has never faced an opponent with Canelo's level of body attack, may find it difficult to maintain his movement and sharpness throughout 12 rounds.
My brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out, you know what I'm saying?
Saul, my carnal, how are you? Quick question. I know, as we walk, how important is it that you've spoke with Turki Al-Sheikh?
Say again, please.
How important for you is it that you've spoke to Turki Al-Sheikh, and what did you speak about?
Look, I like to work with everybody. I'm a free agent, and I like to work with everybody. And I like to have the doors open.
Are we going to see Canelo Crawford next?
We'll see. It's a possibility there always. No, we'll see what happens.
Have you spoke with Turki about that show about Canelo?
We know each other. We don't talk that much for make a deal and anything, but we now know each other, and we'll see what happens.
Last one, I know you're pushed for time. Benavidez Morel, who wins?
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. 50-50 fight.
The upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight is definitely one to watch. Crawford's skills are undeniable, but the big question is whether he can make a successful jump to super middleweight. Moving up 2 weight classes to face someone as dominant as Canelo presents challenges Crawford has never faced before, especially when it comes to size and power. Canelo, with his experience at 168 pounds and his ability to break down opponents, will likely be the bigger force in the ring. That said, Crawford's versatility and ring IQ mean he could still make it a competitive fight. It all depends on how well Crawford adapts to the weight and deals with Canelo's power. What are your thoughts? Do you think Crawford can defy the odds, or will Canelo prove too dominant? Let me know in the comments below.